Sitting behind me, believe it or not, is my dream truck that I've been trying to find for the past 6 or so years. Now, I know for most of you, this just looks like an old man tan third gen. That's exactly what it is, so don't make fun of me. I have been wanting one of these trucks for a long time, going all the way back to even before this company was founded. We started to dabble in third generation Rams starting back in about 2008, 2009, and it's really just turned into a dream, obsession, and then a company. Now, way back then, we were on high school and college budgets just trying to buy and sell trucks. And even back then, I've always loved this color that we've always called Old Man Tan. Now, I think it's actually referred to as khaki metallic. However, I just can never find the perfect specimen. Back then, we were buying and selling trucks. Typically, they were for sale really cheap in California, as diesel trucks really hadn't caught on in popularity back then. And we would sell them on the forums, out of state, and things like that. And this color just never popped up. Then, back then, Don Thurin posted a video of his, I think, 2005 Ram smashing through the whoops in Glamis. It was Old Man Tan, had KMC Enduros, and I was like, man, I've got to have that. But ever since then, life changed. We started the company, we started dabbling in the Ford trucks, so on and so forth, and I kind of lost sight of that dream as we were kind of messing around in different platforms. However, I would say probably for the last, I don't know, 5 or so years, I've kept a very good eye out for what I would hope to be an almost museum grade specimen of an Old Man Tan third gen. I will say it actually has been hard to find a very good condition, West Coast, non-modified, lower mileage, Old Man Tan third gen. However, about a year ago, I did get a little bit more serious about the process. Fast forward a few more months, we found a very good specimen in Arizona. We're a California-based company. It's a 45-minute flight to Arizona. We flew out there. It wasn't a used car dealer. I did talk to the guy beforehand, confirmed there was no blemishes in the paint, things like that. Next morning, we do the 45-minute flight. We land 50 feet away. I could already tell we were flying home. It was such a bummer. It was supposed to be a very low mileage, 6.7. I think it was a 2008. Again, Old Man Tan, low mileage. The business console, checked every box for everything I wanted on this truck. However, you could just see that the paint had, there was terrible paint work on the truck, tons of flaws. Shouldn't have known. It was at a used car dealership and was too good to be true with those guys. It usually is. Fast forward a few more months, scouring cars.com, Facebook Marketplace, the forums, the Facebook groups, things like that. The perfect truck, once again, popped up at the wrong time. My daughter was about to be born and a truck popped up in Colorado and it looked quite nice. It was an 07, 5.9, 78,000 miles. I'd say the price was fair considering the overall market. I did not pay a ton of money for this truck. I did not pay too little. I definitely did not steal it. It was at a dealership, so I was very leery and I definitely wanted to get out there and check it out before handing over any form of money. With that said, I did not want to also miss my daughter's birth for a truck. So I contacted Andrew from Just Diesels, a very good friend of mine, and I would say a very well experienced 5.9 Cummins buyer. And he was more than happy to head out there and check out the truck for me.
After a very early wake-up call at 4 a.m. this morning, I am now here in beautiful Colorado at AutoNation Dodge to take a look at that. Hopefully, this is Cody's dream truck. So he entrusted me to go find this for him. I gotta say, there's quite a bit of pressure, but I think what we found is actually a really good truck. So this one popped up on cars.com. I have a search that I check literally daily that searches nationwide. This one came up and just seemed like a really, really good, clean example. So we're gonna take a little look at this truck and hopefully it's everything we want. To show you guys around a little bit, this is a 78,000 mile single owner truck. This truck was actually purchased at this dealership new, serviced here, and then traded in here. So it's literally like the absolute grandpa dream truck. All the paint on this truck is 100% original, which is pretty crazy. Went through and checked it all with the paint depth gauge, so I think Cody should be happy about that. There's a couple little small dents here and there, little cosmetic stuff, nothing we can't fix, but overall, this truck is absolutely immaculate. Everything we would want to find in one of these trucks. The suspension on this truck, all completely original and stock. It's got a fresh steering box, but other than that, nothing has been replaced. So again, exactly what we want. And yeah, engine, driveline, all that completely stock, completely original, perfect grandpa truck. And then my personal favorite part is the interior on this thing, which is absolutely spotless. So no rips, no tears, no major stains. Everything in this interior is exactly as it should be. Pretty cool to see on a truck this old. Definitely not something that you see super commonly in these trucks either. I think exactly what Cody was looking for building his dream truck. Go close the deal on this thing, but I think we pulled it off. So a lot of pressure, but Cody should be pretty happy.
It was definitely a bummer to miss out on the trip because I do think the most fun we've ever had in the different buying and selling process of trucks over the last 15 years or so has been the adventure, right? Going to Arizona, kind of getting skunked on a deal. It is a bummer, but it is also just part of the fun, seeing different places, seeing different things. So I was definitely sad to miss a road trip from Colorado to California, Route 66, the Petrified Forest in Arizona, a ton of cool stops of the way. But thankfully, Andrew made the trip. Everything went well. The truck performed flawlessly, and he was able to bring it back to California for us without issue. Now, this truck is a 2007 truck that lived in Colorado, and assumably was actually parked outside for a good chunk of its life. So do not think I did get a one-of-one truck or anything like that. There was plenty of small blemishes, etc. But the goal for me when trying to kind of restore this third gen to my dream third gen build was just to get a good platform, right? There was no major rust on the truck. In fact, very little even surface rust for a Colorado truck. There was some hail damage on the roof and random fenders, but it was pretty minor, a few paint blemishes, etc. But again, we wanted the good foundation. That said, I knew it could be better. And again, the overall goal here is just to have a great driving, old man tan, third gen that I can commute to work, take the kids to the beach, maybe even take a road trip with. So this really was the perfect diamond in the rough. That is where Tyler from American Wrap comes in. Essentially the goal is to recondition the paint, get it back to the factory shine or even better than factory, and get the PPF film on the truck, get it protected, etc.
We specialize in doing paint protection film, ceramic coatings, ceramic window tint, full restoration style details, paintless dent repair. Basically either taking a used vehicle and making it look brand new and protecting it, or taking a brand new vehicle, making sure it's totally perfect and then protecting that. Paint protection film, ceramic coating, ceramic window tint wasn't as popular back in 2006, 2007 when these trucks were made. So it had swirls, it had some faded paint, it had some water spots, a little bit of oxidation, it had quite a few dents. Believe it or not, the roof had 52 dents on it. Definitely was from hail in Colorado. So we started with full exterior decontamination, iron removal, clay bar, and then we went into a full two-step paint correction using microfiber cutting pads and a cutting compound, and then polishing pad and polishing compound. And that really rejuvenated the paint, gave it a lot of depth, a lot of shine, took care of all the oxidation, all the water spotting, all the fading and the swirling. So normally that's where most people would stop. They'd maybe install a ceramic coating, especially on an older vehicle like this. But for us on this project, that was just the starting point. Cody wanted the ultimate in protection. So we're doing XPEL Ultimate Plus paint protection film on it. That's gonna be an 8 mil thick paint protection film material by XPEL. It's 10-year warranted. It's gonna basically act as a screensaver for the paint. So it's gonna resist rock chips, fading, UV damage, swirling, has a self-healing top coat that's very durable against staining, bird drops, tree sap. Basically, paint protection film is the best physical barrier you can add on any vehicle, whether old or new. On older vehicles like this, whether it's a truck, an older Porsche, whatever you have, there are no templates. So everything is hand cut. So basically we measure each individual panel of the vehicle, cut a big square sheet of film, and start installing by hand. So all of the edges are either tucked or wrapped by hand. And that's really where the artistry comes in when you're working on older vehicles like this, because you have to be super comfortable and familiar with working with the film. You have to be very precise and comfortable working with a blade. And that's how you achieve an invisible install. And that's really, it takes a lot of time and a lot of skill. You don't always have to go full tilt like we did on Cody's truck. You could just do the front end, you could do the rocker panels. We have basic packages that are gonna cover the high wear and tear areas, but it is worth the investment to do the full thing if budget allows. We exclusively tint with XPEL Prime XR Plus, which is gonna be XPEL's top of the line heat rejection and UV rejection ceramic window tint. It's lifetime warranted, lifetime transferable warranty, and what that's really gonna do for the truck is block 99% of all UV rays and 92% or more of infrared heat. So Cody's truck already had some sun damage on the interior, so by adding that ceramic window tint, it's gonna omit that. You're no longer gonna have to worry about your dash cracking, you're not gonna have to worry about the top of your door cards fading, any of the little plastic trim inside the truck. it's just gonna totally cut that sun out of the vehicle and no longer be damaging that interior. The guys at CJC provided us with new grille, new headlights, new taillights, new badges, new door moldings. The end result is gonna be as close to a brand new third gen as you can possibly get. And then the guys at CJC are gonna take over and start making it really cool. You ready to see your truck, man?
Oh, it's been, what, 6 weeks in the making? The old man grandpa rig looks too good, man. That turned out killer.
Totally dialed in.
It's a new truck. It's a freaking new truck.
Yeah, it came out really, really nice.
I can't believe it. Man,
outside, it's gonna look just wet.
You guys crushed it. It is so cool. It is so freaking cool. Shout out to Tyler and his crew. They did a killer job. And now I think it's finally time we show you guys this truck as it's actually film worthy. So again, this is actually a one owner truck. The owner actually bought this truck and had it completely maintained at the dealership that we bought it at in Colorado. So I would say maintenance on this truck was pretty solid. There was thorough records on it. And yeah, 2007, 5.9, 78,000 miles. You know, it's got a few small things. The mirrors, you know, have a couple 20 years on them roughly. So those will get replaced. But overall, I mean, this truck is actually in excellent condition. Interior, the seat is not torn, so I consider that a third gen win, as pretty much everyone I see on the forums has a torn seat. And the seats actually aren't even that stained. These third gen seats actually kind of suck when it comes to spilling even water on them. There's always marks in them, and just the overall interior is super clean. All original, no hacked up stereo. You know, that's what I really wanted, right? Was a truck that hadn't had a big lift kit on it that was removed. I mean, this truck really is a grandpa rig, and if you're from Colorado Springs area and had an old man tan truck, thanks. Now moving on to the front of the truck, we're gonna pop the hood and just further evidence that this truck is really just a good foundation, right? So many trucks we've bought and sold, especially in our years in the company's infancy, always had different cold air intakes. You know, there's so many parts changed. You can tell the dealer attempted to do an underhood detail job. It's in decent shape, but you know, short of the batteries being changed, is essentially all original under here, and that's what we wanted, which is a really good starting point. The hood liner to get replaced, and for those of you who are really interested in third gen trucks, my goal here is also trying to capture kind of a restoration process, if you will, right? So we'll be replacing the hood liner with a factory one, getting fresh mirrors on the truck, things like that. There's a lot of you out there, I think, who are in the same boat as me, that the third gens actually kind of hold a special place in your heart, and I'm really happy to have gotten this good foundation to kind of, again, build my dream truck that I've been slowly eyeballing for a lot of years. So if you're into these things, go ahead and give us a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. We are gonna be filming the whole process. Obviously, we're gonna be doing a lot of suspension work to this truck, as that's what we specialize in. But we do also wanna capture all of the, you know, again, restoration process, if you will. So we start with the PPF, factory headlights, you know, things like that. And then we're gonna move throughout the vehicle and make a lot of changes and capture it all along the way. So with that said, thank you for watching. Again, subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're into third gens. And this will actually be a little bit different form of content. It's gonna be, again, the complete process. So this will carry us through the rest of this year into early next year. And I think Cole actually has a similar build in store for you guys. So we're very stoked to have either a good space to film these in finally, and some very cool trucks to show you guys. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.